Hello my crafty friends, I hope you're having a fabulous day today. My name is Robyn Pitts with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. Before I begin, I just want to apologize for my coughing and nasally sounding voice in this video. I have been quite sick for the past 2 weeks, and I'm slowly but surely recovering, but I just wanted to let you know so that you can bear with me as we do this video. In today's video, I'm going to do a tutorial and show you how to make this Christmas tree explosion box. I did use a digital file from 3D SVG, which is by Dreaming Tree. The paper that I used was by Recollections. It's their Sugarblush collection. And I used the DCWV Holiday White Embossed. I'm not going to do a full review of this project because I have a separate video which reviews everything in detail. However, I did want to give you a sneak peek. As you can see, I've embellished this here with pink glitter, rhinestones, and pearls. These are all hand-laid pearls and embellishments. And I love the way this paper looks. You've got mauve, brown, cream, and pink. Okay, I'm going to go grab my supplies and we will begin our tutorial. I have cut out all of the pieces that we will need to make our Christmas explosion box. As you can see, we have several different pieces. These are the base pieces for the box. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up to the inside of the box. The first thing we're going to do is to glue these long pieces together. This is the base for which the explosion box rests. For the sake of time, I've already gone through and folded all of these score lines, so your piece should look just like this. And I've done this to the second side. We're going to take this little triangle piece here and we're going to line it up right in between the score lines to the second piece so that we have one nice long piece. For this project, I'm going to be using my art glitter glue because it dries clear and it dries very fast. I'm just going to fold this back and put some glue on it. And then I'm going to rest this just like so. I'm going to fold this over to make sure everything lines up. And it does. And then I'm going to glue this other piece in just like so. And you can glue this flat on the table if it's easier for you. I'm just holding this down and you can see that everything lines up. But now you should have a piece that looks like this. So I'm going to go in and fold these pieces in again. And you should have something eventually that resembles a hexagon. In your kit, you will have 3 hexagons that look like this. Although they look similar, there's one piece that has a letter on it. This says L, which is L for the liner. I'm going to take one of the pieces that doesn't have a letter on it, and that's going to be glued on top of the hexagon. Now what you want to do is glue one piece down first. This will really help you start to form the box. So I'm going to glue this side here first, just to get started. You want to make sure you have a nice bead of glue on the edge of the box so that you have a seamless adhesion to the top panel. And I'm going to glue this piece on just like so, making sure all the pieces align perfectly. And it meets at it meets at the edge. Once I do that, I will start to glue on the other pieces and they will fall into shape and form a nice hexagon. I will continue gluing the rest of this base and then I'll be right back. Now that I've glued the top on, I've turned it over and I've made sure that all of the flaps are adhered. What we're going to do next is put a liner inside to create a more sturdy base. And you're going to find the piece that has a little L on it. I don't know if you can see this, but this has perforation lines and it's an L. And so we're going to stick this inside here. So I'm just going to put some glue on this. This just slides in. You want to fold these flaps back. It slides in just like so. And you want to press that down. And this just creates a more sturdy base. Now, what you want to do is glue this third piece onto the top to make the base, and you're going to follow the same steps that you used for the back piece. So I'm just going to get this started right here. Again, you want to make sure that you have a nice, even bead of glue along the edges, so that you have a seamless edge. I'm going to put this on just like so. And you just want to take your time with this. So this is nice and aligned, as you can see. Nice, seamless edges. And you want to continue that all the way around. Now that we have our pedestal completed, we can put this aside. We are going to create the base of the Christmas tree where all of the petals or sides of the tree will be glued on. Now you have two pieces that look identical. However, there is one main difference. On this piece, you'll see that it has little score marks on the side. It may be difficult to see on film, but there are little tick marks on the top. That's the piece that we want to use. We also have these pieces. These are the tree bases. There are 6 pieces. We're going to glue these onto the base just like so, and you'll see that they fit perfectly. I'm going to glue down this first piece. Again, you want to make sure that you get a nice even line of glue on the base. Then I'm going to tuck this in underneath just like so, right up to the base. You want to make sure that you have enough room to fold this freely. You want to push this in a little bit so it is adjacent to the score line on this piece. And so it should look like this. I'm going to glue down another piece here. Make sure that you have this folded down. We're going to glue this in just like so. And as you're folding this down, you want to make sure that you press in. I'm going to go ahead and glue on each of these individual pieces, and I'll be right back. So I've glued on all of the pieces to the base, and now what we're going to do is start putting on the decorative paper. On the inside panels, I've cut out this pretty light pink snowflake paper that has little hollies on it. These pieces are going to be adhered on the inside. And then on the outside, we're going to put this pretty pattern paper. Okay, so let's start gluing the pieces. So I'm going to glue this first piece down. You want to make sure that there is a nice little border all around the edges. I'm going to place this down right here. Now I did not ink this, but you can ink these pieces to add even more dimension to it. You know, the thing that's interesting about this project, although there are several different pieces, it's pretty easy to put together. I think the most challenging part is actually cutting out all the pieces. That does take some time and patience, but once you finish this project, it is lovely. I'm going to finish gluing on all these pieces, and then I'll be right back. Now, let's glue the pieces on the outer side. I have 6 pieces here, just like we did on the inside. We're just going to glue them down and make sure that they have an equal border all around. I'm going to glue this down, and I'll be right back. Now that we have all the pieces glued on the inside and the back, we're going to flip this entire piece over, like so. And we're going to take this last piece and put it on to finish off the bottom. So we're just going to put some glue on this piece. And we're just going to take this piece and glue it right down so that it's even all around. Now we can turn this over and start working on the inside. Next, we're going to glue these pieces. There are 6 pieces in total, and they will go in between the panels that we've just glued on. So let me show you what this looks like. You've got a piece that looks like this, and it has a scored line on the bottom. For this project, I've decided to use this light pink glitter paper. And then we have this white piece that goes on top, and I've chosen an embossed piece of paper. I'm going to glue this piece on just like so. Just going to use a bone folder to make sure there's a strong adhesion. Sometimes when you're gluing paper onto glitter paper, it can be a little stubborn and doesn't want to stick. But with this art glitter glue, it sticks to everything. Now that we have these pieces glued on, we want to attach this to our base. And I want to point out a few things. On this space here, there are little tiny score lines at the top. I've gone in and drawn them in so that you can see them a little better. This is where the pieces will go. So what you want to do is line up this piece right in between where the score marks are. It's okay if you actually draw the lines. I find that it really helps. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, making sure it's lined up in between the score marks. Let's glue down this first piece. I'm going to line this up right in the first little tick mark, and this should fall right at the base of this center piece. Let's glue on another piece. This piece is going to go right here where the tick mark is. Once you have it in place, you can glue it down. Try not to shift it out of place. Okay, let's work our way around and do one more piece. We're going to line this right up here, just like so. And as you can see, these pieces are perfectly aligned. Just push this piece down. And when we're finished, you're not going to be able to see these tabs. This will be covered up with a piece of paper. I'm going to finish gluing on the rest of these pieces, and I'll be right back. Now that we have all of our pieces glued down, we want to take this piece and glue it in the center to finish off the edges. Okay, we're just going to glue this down. And you want to make sure that all of these pieces can move freely up and down like so. And you can see a little bit of the pink border, but I think that's okay. It still looks good. Okay, so we have this inner piece glued down. Next, we want to build the little box or the compartment that will go in the center. This will hold our special gift. And so this is what the piece looks like. It has score lines all over, and then it has a score line on these little triangles. What you want to do is make sure you fold along the score lines like so. And these little triangles will be glued on the inside. We're going to glue this back side of the triangle. Oops, I got a little too much glue there. And we're going to fold it like this so the edges align perfectly. Okay, we're going to do this to the next side. Okay. And here's our little box. And then we're going to glue this right down in the middle of our base. Okay, let's glue this down. And you want to make sure you get the glue all along the edges, just like so. And you want to place it right down in the center. That looks centered to me. Okay, and let's press down. I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure the edges are all glued down. Now we're going to create the top of this box. This is a piece we're going to use, and you'll notice that it has several stars and circles cut out, and there are score marks all along the side. This not only serves as a top of your box, but it also serves as a luminary. So not only can you include a gift here, but also a little battery operated candle, and it'll look very pretty. So you want to create nice clean folds along the score lines, and you want to make sure you get this edge piece here, because that's what's going to close up the top of the box. We're going to grab our piece of vellum and we're going to glue that inside like so. You want to make sure you don't go over the score lines. So I'm going to go in and glue each of the 6 pieces here, and I'll be right back. Now that we have all of the vellum glued on inside, we can flip this over and start to glue on the designer panels. Now one thing you'll notice is at the top there's a circle, star, circle, star, circle, star. That helps you determine which colors go where. In the example, they use 3 different colors. I'm only going to use 1 piece of paper because it's got so many different colors and textures in it. So I'm going to start gluing this on, and you'll notice this panel will align exactly where it should be, just like so. So let's start gluing these on. Okay, so we're going to line this first piece up. I'm going to finish gluing the next 5 pieces on, and then we'll be right back. Once we have all the panels glued on, we can glue this shut, and I'm going to do this flat. As you can see, this panel just comes over like so, and we're going to put glue on these edges here. So I'm just going to put glue here. You want to make sure you get it as close to the edge as possible. I'm going to smooth this out just a little bit, and then we can fold this down like so. And the pieces should align perfectly. Use my bone folder just to make sure there's a good strong adhesion. And there we have it. The top of our box. And this will fit on just like so. Now that we have our box glued in, let's make the top of the overall explosion box, which will hold all of these pieces together. Like so. I'm going to move this aside. This is the top of the explosion box, and as you can see, it's got scalloped edges and several score lines. So you just want to go ahead and fold on the score lines. And while we have it open, you want to go ahead and start gluing in the little branches on the top. You want to make sure that they're evenly spaced in between the score lines. I'm going to glue this first piece down. Make sure it's evenly centered. I'm going to finish gluing down these pieces, and I will be right back. Now that we have all of our pieces glued down, we can glue this together. And you want to glue this panel here. Again, you want to make sure you have a nice bead of glue right along the edge here. And there we have our top. Now we want to glue the star on the top. And I've cut out these 2 glittered pieces. I'm going to glue just the top of the stars together. Glue them back to back so that they're perfectly aligned. And then I'm going to fit the star on one side just like so. And you want this front panel here to be flushed with this panel. So put some glue on it. I'll put this piece down like so. I'm going to push it all the way down. And then I'm going to glue the other side down. And there we have our little star. Give this a few seconds to stick. And then you can space it out. I will be adding a few more embellishments to jazz this up a little bit. Now let's put this on top of the tree. Bring together all of our pieces like so. And we'll put this on top. So now we have the top of our tree on, and it's a perfect fit. And when you take the top off, ta-da! There's your explosion box. You can put your gift right inside there. I just want to show you how I attach the snowmen and snow ladies. I went ahead and embellished this with a pink glitter hat. I have this cute little bow and then a pink rhinestone. On the bottom of this piece, it's got a curve. This piece right here corresponds to this curve right here. I'm going to glue down this tab. And then there's another tab. I'm going to put glue right here. So let me glue this down now. I'm going to put glue all on the bottom here. Make sure that this is perfectly aligned. And make sure that there's a nice adhesion. And you don't want to go over the score line. So there's your snow lady. And then this piece right here, we're going to put glue. We're going to stand this up. And we're going to glue this piece down just above the score line. And your snowman should stand up just like so. Give this a few seconds to dry. And you'll know that you've done it right because when you lift this panel up, it folds in naturally, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing in the other snowmen and the trees, and I will be right back. Hello everyone, I'm back. While I was offline, I finished embellishing this tree, and I just love the way it turned out. I love all of the pearl and rhinestone trims. I think the color looks beautiful, and I'm going to include a link in the description below so you can see the full project reveal. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell so you could always receive my future videos.